Okay, welcome in. So my name is Brad. So everyone always wants to know, how do you become funded? Okay, everyone, that massive umbrella. How am I gonna get funded? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. It's super simple. Let's take all these drawings off. And let's take you up here slightly. Okay. So blueprint to being funded. So in order to be funded, so you need three things. Okay. So what are those three things? Okay, number one, you need to have an edge in the market. If I can type. Number two, you need to have psychology. And number three, if I spelled that wrong, I think that's the American way actually, but number three is risk management. So why are these important? Well, let's explain each of them. So number one, so edge in the market, okay? So having that edge in the market means that you actually have a system that's profitable, okay? And you know, say my win rate is 50%, my win rate is 60%, okay? That's step number one, figuring out that edge. Now, how do you figure out that edge? Well, you could trade what I trade. You can trade what, I don't know, maybe your favorite influencer trades. But there's so many things, okay? There's numerous strategies out there. Number two is psychology. Why is psychology important? Well, psychology is basically the main thing, okay? If you think about it, so psychology controls what your edge and what you do in the market, okay? And it also controls your risk management. What's stopping you from one day risking 200, even though it's in your risk management plan, okay, it's the plan. What, one day you risk 200, the next day you risk 400, okay? What's going to stop you from doing that? Well, it's your psychology, okay? So that's why that's super important. And get rid of all them. And the third thing, well, we just went over it, but it's risk management. Okay, so let's give you an example. So say you're risking 200 a trade. Okay, you have a 1 to 2.5 RR. So you're risking 200 every trade. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you two really good examples, and you'll really understand why risk management is so important. So firstly, let's get rid of this midline that I normally use. So we have minus 200. So this is good risk, okay? And then, so we're risking 200 on our wins, okay? And then we'll do another box for losses, which is also, let me favorite, minus 200. But this box is red because it's losses. So now, so most people trade with top steps. That's what I trade with, you know. Most people trade with top step. Some people are different. It's completely the same, but going from our drawdown, okay, 200 makes sense. Yeah, let's say. So you have to. So you're losing 2,000, but you have to gain 3,000. Okay, there's literally tons and tons and tons of videos on top step rules. Okay, just go and watch them. But this is showing you why risk is so important. So this is an example of good risk. So let's say you have a 60% win rate, and we're hitting 1 to 2.5 RR. Okay, so that's plus 500 on a trade, and then over a 10-day span, which is 2 weeks. So 2-week span, risking this means that you're going to win 6 days and you're going to lose 4 days. That's what 60% win rate is. So winning 6 days of 500. Okay, don't take a genius. Got 3,000. Okay, losing 4 days here, 800. So what's that overall? That's a net of 2,200. Sorry, I almost wrote it wrong. So this is why good risk is important. Okay, so in 10 days, we've got a respectful 2,200. You're well on your way to passing. Yeah, no doubt about it. Now let's go over here. Let's do bad risk. So we'll do 2 boxes again for what we're winning and what we're losing. So win here, loss. Let's write bad risk above. So now, let's say that we just deviated by, I don't know, maybe let's say 60. So let's say, for example, you risk less on your wins because you're not confident in yourself, and then you start seeing it reverse. Okay, so you start pulling your stop loss up, okay, and then that can destroy you. So let's say instead you risk 150 each time that you win, okay, because you're not risking enough. Like, it's not just set, okay, it's not set in stone. And then every time you lose, let's say you drag it back by, let's say you drag it back by 100 and just see what happens. So now each time here, so we've got, if this is 2.5 RR, okay, which is the exact same. So 150, so that's 300, that's 75, so we've got 375, okay. And we're losing 300. Immediately, you can see where this is going to go. With the same 60% win rate, oh my god, I'm going to need my phone calculator. It's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? Okay, so 2,250, and then minus 300 times 4. Obviously, hopefully we don't need a calculator for that. But look at the difference here. What do we? Why have I put a line on? What do we gain here? So we gain a net of 1,050. So it's not your edge. This literally proves that the reason why you're not profitable isn't your edge. If it was your edge, then these 2 trades would have a super similar outcome. Okay, we have the same RR, same win rate, same everything. Look at the difference there across a 10-day span. We've doubled it. Okay, and that's what's holding you back. What's holding you back isn't, my strategy isn't good enough, you know. I'm giving you the blueprint here. The blueprint is finding these 3 things. Having that edge in the market. Okay, I'm wanting to make a video going a bit more depth into an edge so that you can have a strategy, but hopefully most of you will have a strategy, you know, if you're starting to watch this. Number 2, having that psychology, okay, which just comes from like journaling and just understanding that like you're in this process. Okay, if you just understood that if I go and do all the right things, I'm going to make it. Okay, and it will happen. If you do all the right things, you're going to make it. So why prolong it? That's what you just have to, and you have to look yourself in the mirror sometimes and just ask yourself, do I really want this, you know? And if the answer is yes, you know what you need to do. Do it. Like. And then lastly, risk management. I'm showing you here. So good risk, okay, this is consistency. Consistency, you know, everyone's heard the thing, consistency beats talent, yeah, whatever, it's a bit corny, but it does, okay, and especially in trading, because if one day you start, let's say you risk like 500, okay, and you lose 2 trades in a row, you're now down 1,000. You're now down 1,000, and then you're like, now I'm just going to start risking, you know, like 200, which is probably what you should do, but just for the sake. But then because you're emotional, you keep pulling your stop loss up, and over time it's just going to wreck you. I mean, so over here we have, you're meant to have a set of 200. You keep pulling your stop loss up. You know, loads of people do it. I mean, I'm sure you've all You've all done it, you know, you've been in a trade like this, and you know, you have I'm risking 200. Okay, that's 200. You know, it cut like the candles. You know, they start to go down. You were like, yeah. This we're chilling. Maybe you even decrease risk above a fair value gap because you're so confident. And then what happens? We get a slight little scare. And then soon we're up here. Now what do you do? What do you honestly do? So you've decided to de-risk because we're down here. Most of you are going to go and put your stop back to where it was. Okay? Some of you may even extend it if we keep pushing up. Okay? But let's say you left your stop there. This is going to do much better good for you because, one, psychologically, you're doing the right things, okay? Right things make results. You keep doing the wrong things, and then let's say you drag it above, not above this high, which is what the trade was based off, yeah? But instead, you drag it up to this high, and now you're risking like 1,000, okay? Because you're so emotional. Your TP, let's say your TP is 1,000, and you somehow get super lucky. You get so lucky, and then you manage to catch it. I would way rather have got stopped out here when I made the choice that down here I'm going to move my stops lower because I'm going to de-risk because of what I've seen. All you're doing is observing the market, okay, and that's where people are going wrong. Thank you for watching anyway. That is basically the 3 things that you do need. You need to dive into these things and you need to take them seriously, okay? But that's what's going to get you funded. That's what's going to get you those 6 figures in funded. And that's how you're going to make these big payouts. Thank you.